Okay, hello. This is TOEIC Reading 2, Unit 12, Conditionals. Before we get into the grammar, let's work on vocabulary. So listen and repeat. Arrangements. Competitively priced. Funding. Immediate supervisor. Personal effects. Stockpile. Improve. So you can pause the video and do the exercise on your own and then come back for the answers, or just do it with me. Either way, here we go. Here are the answers. 1. Employees who have questions about the new company procedures should talk to their immediate supervisor. 2, people often stockpile food, water, and medicine when they are afraid that a natural disaster may occur in the near future. Number 3, the personal effects of the soldier killed in battle were given to his family. So his belongings, his things, his possessions. Number 4, getting plenty of sleep will improve your health and mental clarity. Number 5, business competitors need to make sure their goods and services are competitively priced if they want to keep their regular customers and attract new ones. Number 6, the families of the bride and groom are still finalizing the wedding arrangements. They are looking for a place to have the reception and a bakery to make the cake. And number 7, billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk's brain chip startup, Neuralink, I think it might be Neuralink, has raised, or Neuralink, sorry, $205 million in a funding round led by Dubai-based venture capital firm Vi Capital, with participation from Alphabet Inc.'s blah, blah, blah. Okay, good. And now the grammar. So conditional sentences. So, for example, I will give you $100 if you clean my car. So we have a condition and a result. A condition is a requirement. If you want me to give you $100, what do you have to do? What's the condition? The condition is that you clean my car. Okay, so that's the kind of thing we're going to be looking at today as we examine different kinds of conditionals. So there are actually 4 kinds of conditionals, but they're not 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're 0, first, second, and third. So what I want you to think about are the grammar, the meaning, which ones are real conditionals or true, which ones are unreal or imaginary, and if we're talking about the present or past or future. Okay, so I like to use examples about rain and umbrellas, okay? So the 0 conditional, when it rains, I bring my umbrella. If it rains today, I will bring my umbrella. If it were raining now, I would bring my umbrella. If it had rained yesterday, I would have brought my umbrella. So we have to use if for these three. For the first one, we can say, if it rains, I bring my umbrella, or when it rains, I bring my umbrella. All right. So which ones are real, meaning true? Which ones are unreal, meaning not true, imaginary? And which ones refer to the present or past or future? So here are the answers. When it rains, or if it rains, I bring my umbrella. That's what I always do. It's my habit. It is real. It is true. And it refers to the present. So the present could be, I am an American, you are Korean. That's the present. That's true. And it's the same thing with this when we talk about our habits. I jog every day. I bring my umbrella when it rains. All right. And now the first conditional, if it rains today, I will bring my umbrella. So this is real. This is true. Okay. That's what I will do. So it's the present, actually, or the future. We could actually change this from the simple present to the present progressive. If it's raining, I'll bring my umbrella right now. Okay. Now the second conditional, if it were raining now, I would bring my umbrella. So in English, time and tense aren't always the same. So we can use the past to refer to the past, but we can also use the past to be more polite or to show that something's not true. So if it were raining right now, it's not raining right now. Okay, were raining is the past continuous, but here it's not talking about the past. Its meaning is that it's not raining right now. Okay, that's the meaning of this this verb form. So, and also would instead of will, that's the past. So we're using the past to indicate that something is not true. It's unreal, it's imaginary. But it's still the present. Okay. The second conditional is the present unreal. Okay, and the third conditional, if it had rained yesterday, I would have brought my umbrella. So again, we have the past, had rained, would have brought, but now we're using the past perfect. So this pushes the situation from the present unreal to the past unreal. Okay. So the third conditional is the past unreal. All right. So let's break it down even further. By filling out these these forms. So the zero conditional, what's the structure? What's first? So we're going to have before the comma, when or if in the simple present. And after the comma, we're going to have the simple present. Okay. The first conditional, okay, we've got if, the simple present, and then a comma, and then will. Okay, plus a verb. So a lot of foreign speakers of English, even advanced ones, forget this will or don't understand it. So don't forget it. The second conditional, if the past, if the past, the simple past or the past progressive, and then would plus a verb. So will changes to would. And the third conditional, if plus the past perfect plus would or could or should or might have plus a past participle. Okay. Okay, now using what we've just studied, complete these sentences with whatever forms are correct for drink and not sleep. Okay, the zero conditional. Again, if you want to do it on your own, pause the video and then come back. Either way, here are the answers. So the zero conditional, right? When or if the simple present, I drink coffee after dinner. The simple present, I do not sleep well. Okay, the first conditional, when or if the simple present, if I drink coffee after dinner tonight, I will plus a verb, will not sleep well. The second conditional, if, whoops, we have that already, plus the simple past, right? If I drank coffee tonight, would plus a verb, I would not sleep well. So I'm not gonna drink coffee tonight. All right, and now the third conditional, last night. So after dinner, meaning your habit, after dinner tonight, the present, tonight, the present. So zero, first and second, those are all in the present. The third conditional is in the past, last night. If I, and again, to push it into the past, we need to use the past perfect. Had drunk, drink, drank, drunk, coffee last night. I would not have slept well. Okay. All right, and now I've made it a little more complicated. I've mixed up the conditionals, the order that is, so you need to determine which conditional you need, and then finish the sentence for each one. And I've given you a hint. All right. So I didn't see her, past or present. I hope she comes, past or present. It's my habit, past or present. She's not here. I don't know where she is. So we can start with this one. It's the only one that's in the past. So that tells you it is what conditional. So I just said 0, first and second conditionals. Those are all in the present. The only one that's in the past is the third conditional. So this is the third conditional. So we use this form, the past perfect, okay, of each form, of each verb. So we're using see and say. If I had seen Miss Park last night, say I would have said hi. Okay. And now I hope she comes. So which conditional is this? 0, first or second? So, well, it's not my habit. So it's not 0, it's first or second. Is it real or unreal? I hope she comes. That sounds like it's real because there's a possibility that she'll come. So this is the first conditional. So if I see Miss Park, all right. Don't forget will, I will say hi. All right. It's my habit. 0 conditional. So present, present. When I see Miss Park, I always say hi. Always tells you it's a habit as well. All right, and that leaves us obviously with the second conditional. All right, so this is present unreal, and it requires the past form. If I saw Miss Park at the company party right now, I would say hi. All right. So let's see how we're doing. We have 1, 2, 3 more sections, and then prefixes instead of collocations. So tenses in as if or as though clauses. So it looked as if it were going to rain. So Jeremy brought his umbrella. It looked as if it were going to rain. So Jeremy brought his umbrella just in case it did rain. Was it raining? No, it was not. Did Jeremy bring his umbrella? Yes, he did. Because he thought it might rain. Why? He thought it might rain. Did it rain? You'd have to ask Jeremy. We don't know. We don't know the end of the story. What is the verb form after as if? It is, here it's the past progressive. So we're just going to say the past or the simple past. Okay, that's what you need to use. So complete the sentences with as if or as though and the correct verb forms. So more examples. Katrina seemed as though she were about to cry. So here's the past were. And normally it's she was, but this is really the subjunctive. So normally it should be were, but sometimes we do use was. Katrina seemed as though she was about to cry. The stray dog, that's a street dog, no home, looked as if it hadn't eaten for several days. Okay, Mrs. Stevens acted as if or as though she, okay, we're using be, were happy even though she was about to cry. 31, my neighbor, Mr. Fowler, looked as if or as though he feel, in the past is felt cold, despite the fact that it was 30 degrees outside. All right, and using be, the factory workers seemed as if or as though they were very busy, even though there was very little work to do. And then have, Henry's wife acted as if or as though they, the past of have is had no money, even though they were quite wealthy. And finally, not understand, Miss Leland always seemed as if or as though she did not understand what to do, in spite of the fact that she was extremely intelligent. All right. And now tenses in I wish clauses. So study the sentences and answer the questions below. I wish it hadn't rained on our day off. What was my wish? I didn't want it to rain. What happened? It rained. I wish Martha would leave the meeting. She's being rude. So hadn't rained, that's the past perfect. So it's not just a simple past, it's the past perfect, which makes the idea take the past time. It refers to the past time. Here, she is being rude. Right now, it's the present time. I wish Martha, if we wanted to make it the past time, we would say, I wish Martha had left the meeting. She was being rude. Here, if we wanted to make this refer to the present time, we would say, I wish it weren't raining on our day off. Okay, so the past perfect equals past time. The simple past equals present time in this context. Was my wish. I want Martha, rude Martha, to leave. What is going to happen? I don't know. She's probably going to stay. What is the verb form after wish? It is the simple past. Okay, and now complete these sentences with the correct verb forms. I've given you some hints: present, past, etc. I wish in the present I had $1 million. 43, I wish in the past I had studied, okay, the past perfect, harder because I failed the test. This also tells you that it's in the past time, failed. Calvin wishes he were, or he was, but were is better, a famous rapper, the present time. Sally wishes the past time she had socialized more at university. So again, use the past perfect in this context to refer to the past time, and the simple past to refer to the present time. Dr. Curtis wishes she, the present time, had more time off. All right. And the last section before we get to prefixes. So omission of if, leaving out if. So were it raining, I would bring my umbrella. If it were raining, I would bring my umbrella. So these mean the same thing. It's just that this is a little more formal. Okay. And so what are we doing? We're not only eliminating if, but here we have it were, and here we have were it. So you have if it were, you drop if and reverse it were and make it were it. Okay, they mean the same thing. Okay, so do that with these. Here's another example. If Helen were here right now, she could help us. Drop if and reverse Helen were Helen here right now, she could help us. And another example, in the opposite direction, were Guy Mean in better physical shape, he might be able to join the team. So reverse were Guy Mean and add if Guy Mean were in better shape, etc. All right, so if it were raining, the picnic would be canceled. So drop if and reverse it were it raining. If Mrs. Lee were pregnant, she would have to quit her job. Okay, drop if and reverse Mrs. Lee and were Mrs. Lee pregnant, she would have to quit her job. 53, okay, we're doing it in the opposite direction. Were my neighbors home, I would turn down the music. Add if and reverse were my neighbors. If my neighbors were home, I would turn down the music. Were the company richer, the employees would get a raise. So add if, reverse were the company. If the company were richer, blah, blah, blah. All right, good. And now prefixes. So prefixes, pre meaning before and fix meaning attached. So un, in, dis, il, im, and these are negative prefixes. So take these words, happy, correct, legible, pack, patient, regular, friendly, lock, polite, visible, employed, agree, legal, possible, honest, and appear, and put them in the right column with the correct prefix. So I've started it for you. Unhappy. All right. Incorrect. Illegible. Unpack. Impatient. Irregular. Unfriendly. Unlock. Impolite. Invisible. Unemployed. Disagree. Illegal. Impossible. Dishonest. And disappear. So do you see any patterns here? So after un, you can have a consonant sound. f, l, or a vowel sound. There's no pattern there. It is the same with incorrect, invisible, inadvisable. The same with disagree, dishonest, disappear, disapprove, disrespect. Ill comes before L, illegible, illegal, illicit. Im before p, impatient, impolite, impossible, imprudent. Improve, and ir comes before irregular, irrelevant. Okay, so thank you for watching and participating. If you have questions or comments, leave them below or send me a message, and have a good day.